Marchand, I'm the city manager. It's my pleasure to kick us off this evening. I'd like to invite everyone to please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please stand and remove your hat. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Like that.
Thank you. So I'll just be brief and want to welcome everyone here tonight, and it's my privilege to introduce Fernley's fifth mayor, Neal McIntyre. He's been in this community 65 years, since he was 4 years old, and I've had the pleasure of working alongside him for the last year and a half, and most recently we had some adventures down in Carson City. We were able to kind of do a rehearsal with our state assembly and state senate folks as we presented kind of what's going on in Fernley to the Assembly Government Affairs Committee and the Senate Government Affairs Committee. Our council member Albert Torres was with us, and he helped answer some of the questions, and we have representatives from our lobbyist group, Gwen Giudice. Mr. Dan Giudice is here this evening, and Fernley has a lot going on, and it is really a wonderful story to tell, but you get to see it, live it every day, and I think you're going to catch a bit of the vision that the mayor has as he begins his speech. So please help me welcome Neal E. McIntyre, Mayor of the City of Fernley.
Thank you, Ben. All right, good evening, Fernley. Family, friends, neighbors. It's really good to be back here at the Senior Center, and I'm really excited to give this speech. But first of all, I would like to thank our two sponsors, our Chamber of Commerce. Give him a hand. And Mark IV Capital. So give them a hand as well. So I'd also like to give a shout out to 101.3, the biggest little radio station, who there's a phone right here, and so they are putting this on the air as I speak, I think. I'm not sure. Is that right, Robert? Yeah, Robert says yeah. So last year, I ended the address by saying, what can you do for your city? Well, we have some of our friendly neighbors here at this event that answered that call. I'd like for them to come up here and be recognized for their hard work in the last 12 months. And I do have a certificate and a coin form. So the first person I'd like to call up is Tasha Lowry. Ben, where's Ben? Would you give or wait. Here, I put him here, Ben. Yeah, just hand me one. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And behind every good man, there's a great woman, so Ray Lowry. Ray, I know you're here. Next is Rochelle McLean. Thank you so much. Next is Tammy Richardson. Thank you so much. Yeah, and right here. The next one is Michael Moore. I think. I'm doing well. Thank you so much.
Very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
The next one is Tina Peterson. Thank you so much, Tina. And Ben has one of my coins for you. Next is Gary Fields. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you. Next is Gertrude Dubansky. I hope I said that right. Thank you so much. And I can have a coin for you right here. So it's not just individuals that signed the mayor's pledge. It was the entire nonprofit organization of Argonne. Argonne that's the animal rescue group of Northern Nevada. They all signed a pledge, and I will go to their next meeting and present them with their certificates at their meeting. So we want to thank them as well. So before I get started with my speech, I know last year I didn't introduce my council, but I did speak of a couple of them. So could my council members please stand up? Please. So we have Ryan Hannon, Felicity Roberski, Albert Torres, and I thought I seen Joe here.
They're standing right next to me.
Oh, way in the back, Joe. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. And gals. And, it's pretty special for me here tonight because I have my mother with me. She lives with me. And I'm really excited to have her here tonight. So now, let me get into my speech. So, I'm really proud of the strong momentum that the city of Fernley is carrying into the new year. As your mayor, I enjoy the privilege of going to City Hall and working with our staff on all the projects and services that they deliver. I'm also pleased to tell you about the great work that they do. They really do care. They do their best. Let me tell you about all the great things the city accomplished last year. In this past year, we broke ground on our new Community Response and Resource Center, which will be opening soon. And hopefully we'll have our next State of the City speech there. So we also have many other improvements made to our local parks and roads. We had several workshops with residents on the development of the future areas of town. This progress has not gone unnoticed by the private sector and partners around the region. They all understand that Fernley is open for business. In 2024, the clerk's office processed 276 new business licenses. It's a lot. 4 commercial liquor licenses, an increase of 17.5%. That's in addition to another 1,600 plus business licenses and 45 liquor licenses renewed from the year before. Business must be pretty good in the clerk's office because they also processed 815 passport applications for us last year. Ensuring so many new business licenses just goes to show that Fernley's robust business climate is good for all development, large and small, like the Port of Nevada, the Victory Logistics Center, and many small businesses that add to the quality of life here in Fernley. I'm talking about the Canal Wine Lounge, Tractor Supply Company, Fire Furno, Whiskey Rose Clothing Store, Squeeze In, and the list goes on. There are so many great additions to Fernley that I cannot list them all here, but this has just been in the last 12 months. This success continues to propel the city towards new opportunities in the year ahead. To prepare for these opportunities, new strategic initiatives have been recently discussed with our city council to harness this energy and drive it to bring more businesses that will improve the quality of life here. And I'm here to tell you tonight that a lot of exciting advancements in your city and your government are on the way. True to our mission to facilitate the responsibility and orderly growth of the community, the city of Fernley is building a future that's brighter and more sustainable than ever. With local community organizations, government agencies, and businesses alike, we're working towards to ensure a bright and successful future for the residents we serve. But first, let's talk some more about where we've been and how our amazing city department are the fuel that makes the city's engine run. Thanks to our tireless efforts, we've accomplished a lot of work in 2024. Let me tell you about the largest department, the Public Works Department, which was very busy in 2024. The Vector Control Division treated 719 drainage inlets with larvicide and deployed enough insecticide fog to cover 132 square miles of municipal property to combat those flying pests within the city limits. Due to their effort, complaints about mosquitoes drastically decreased by early May last year by significantly reducing the number of harmful insects flying around town. Our Fleet Division keeps the city's vehicles and equipment, as well as those of North Line Fire, properly maintained and in good repair. Our 2 mechanics care for all 97 pieces of equipment, and they do a great job of keeping everything in excellent condition and ready to deliver city services. Have you seen Pachetti Park lately? The Parks Division partnered with local teams of Comstock Youth Works program to improve Parks' irrigation system, repaint the gazebo, increase curb appeal by installing new flower beds. This great Comstock Youth Works program was made possible by the Healthy Communities Coalition of Lyon County, and we thank them for their assistance. The Facilities and Parks Division operate and maintain 14 parks and 500 acres of city-owned property. They take pride in their work and always available to lend a hand. They are busier than ever because the city is continuing to see an upstick in attendance of our special events, such as Spooktacular and the Christmas tree lighting ceremony at City Hall. I'm grateful for the Facilities Division, who continue to expertly handle and shape up or set up and take down in support of these special events. I'd like to share a little story with you on how the pride Public Works takes in our community. In the early morning hours of July of last year, a massive storm hit our area, causing severe flooding around the city, particularly the Sage Ranch area. The neighbors experienced stormwater challenges and created large gullies in a high, erodible, and sandy soil. The streets and storm drain division sprang into action to minimize the drainage and began repairs to protect neighborhoods. They placed rock by hand in approximately a mile of drainage ditch and cleaned out miles of culvert over the course of several weeks. Afterwards, they received numerous phone calls and emails expressing appreciation for a job well done. Our public works employees are always prepared to respond 24/7 to localized flooding, snow removal on our public streets, and to repair emergency vehicles at a moment's notice, assisting citizens with their water and sewer services, or preventing the spread of vector-borne diseases. All Public Works Division have been exceptionally busy this year. Major infrastructure projects around town have kept our engineering department busy in 2024 too. As a region, we have begun working towards getting a community center for some time. This project is moving forward on schedule and on time. We are looking forward to the completion of the Community Response Resource Center in the next few months. That means the project is really moving along fast. The groundbreaking for our community center just took place March 27th of 2024. Remember, the first phase of the project is an 18,000 square foot building with a multi-purpose room, administrative office spaces, and a lobby, classrooms, meeting spaces, and a complete kitchen. That's a lot of work. That's a lot to look forward to. The project will also expand the existing parking lot area, construction of sidewalks and widening of Lois Lane from Main Street to the entrance of the senior center. A right-hand turn lane will be added to Main Street to help future community center and senior center users to safely turn off Main Street and onto Lois Lane. When completed, the project will be a $20 million investment in our community, serving as a hub for emergency response and child care for the residents of Fernley. To pay for the project, approximately $15 million of the funding was committed from the American Rescue Act Fund. The remaining funds were made up of community development block grant, transient lodging taxes, and budget appropriations. This is going to be a wonderful facility to provide additional services for our younger residents in conjunction with the Boys and Girls Club of Truckee Meadows. I look forward to seeing all of you at the ribbon cutting when we open the doors in early July. Anybody driven down Shadow Lane lately? Yeah. Shadow Lane is actively under construction with approximately 1.5 miles of stretch of the road being fully rebuilt, replacing water and sewer lines and adding sidewalks. The budget for this project from design to construction is $7 million. It has been in design for 3 years and successfully kicked off to construction work started back in November of last year. This project is estimated to be completed in June of this year. Cedar Street is next in line for similar needs of improvement, going from Silver Lace Boulevard to 95A. I grew up on Cedar Street. The topic of transportation, I am pleased to announce a partnership between the Nevada Department of Transportation and the City of Fernley to complete 3 corridor studies in 2025. One, to identify needs for maintenance and improvement from Main Street, from Interstate 80, exit 46 to 48. And yes, this includes the roundabout. 2, the entire length of the Farm District Road. And 3, from Highway 95 corridor from Main Street to south of town. Also, the Nevada Pacific Parkway Extension project is progressing through the National Environmental Policy Act review process right now. Weekly meetings are scheduled with Mark IV Capital, Nevada Department of Transportation, Union Pacific Railroad, the Federal Highway Administration, and the city ensures that this project will continue to move forward and will be constructed as soon as possible. I hope that everyone here tonight can agree that the potential for progress in Fernley is great. Did you know that Fernley has 17,000 acres in the north and the southwest areas of the city waiting to be developed? But as much expansion is going to require a lot of planning and foresight. Both area plans have come a long ways in this past year, thanks to part to the public workshop the city held to get residents' input and make informed decisions. The next step for implementing the North Area Plan and the Southwest Area Plan is to create an infrastructure plan for each. These plans will identify all the infrastructure needs and designs for things like new roads and sewers to be built out of the North and Southwest Fernley areas. And there's more. There's a third and final development plan for the South area required in the development code. Just like the North and Southwest areas, plans this new addition of land management to the city's master plan will define how the city envisions the future design of South Fernley. The South Area Plan will cover areas south of the Truckee Canal and east of Highway 95. With so much work to be done, it's an exciting time at City Hall. Last year, we created a new utilities department, separate from the Public Works. This new department will be tasked with the operation and maintenance of our multi-million-dollar treatment plant and wastewater facility. The creation of this new department comes at a time when special attention is needed to build for the future growth of the city. Exciting updates to the water treatment plant are in the works now with integrated surface water from the Truckee Canal and with the treatment plant's existing groundwater capabilities. As part of bringing the surface water, the water treatment plant, an additional 1.5 million gallon treated water tank was designed and is currently under construction. This additional storage is necessary to satisfy the existing demands and keep up with future growth of our city. The cost for construction for this new tank is approximately $3.5 million and is scheduled to be completed in September of 2025. To lead this operation, the city welcomed its first utility director on board last year. Another priority of the future of Fernley is having an efficient and effective building department and code enforcement team. Last year, the total number of permit applications submitted to the building department was 970. The total number of solar permits issued was 234. The total number of multifamily permits issued was 12, and a total number of inspections completed last year was 10,040. You get the picture. Pretty busy down there. With the workload of inspections and complaints on the rise, the most effective way to handle complaints is to have a dedicated code enforcement service program with the creations of 2 or 3 positions. A newly hired certified officer will lead 1 or 2 new code enforcement officers. This new program would be able to provide the training and support and the direction needed to address all cases with greater attention. And Councilman Stan Lau is here now too. Councilman Lau, come on in. Don't be bashful. The Code Enforcement Service Program could either be a standalone department or it could remain with the building department. We know there is a growing demand for code enforcement services from the rise in complaints and requests made by residents. The new Code Enforcement Service Program, that's a mouthful, will address this problem. Already enforcing violations and getting a boost in Fernley from our recently collaboration with the Bureau of Reclamation on managing illegal encampments on federal lands adjacent to the city of Fernley. along with that, Lyon County Sheriff's Department. While I'm mentioning the Bureau of Reclamation, I'd like to say that the city is strongly in support of BOR's intention to perform a new environmental impact study to explore more affordable and more sustainable ideas for maintaining the integrity of the Truckee Canal. Yeah. All while protecting the local property owners from the risk of flooding from potential canal breaches. However, all the progress and opportunities around here in 2025 will bring challenges along with them. Just think about the number of new roads and utilities that will require maintenance and the increased amount of municipal services that will be expected in the future. As the population grows and the demand to meet the expected levels of service rises, the city will need to find a way to keep up. Increasing the city's workforce output will be crucial in the future sustainability of Fernley. The City Council recognizes this as well and identified creating a municipal facilities plan as a priority. The municipal facilities plan will establish a framework for space needed to meet the future growth of the city departments and the needs of the growing community. The plan will involve growing crucial municipal services in our water treatment, water distribution, and wastewater departments. With the expansion of water operations, it creates the need for increased maintenance facility spaces. The city must find ways to house additional utility department staff and equipment. This will also be true with other departments across the city, and even more space beyond what we have right now will be needed. Along with the additional staff and expanded services, additional vehicles needs to be identified. The city is looking at purchasing a bucket truck for the streets department, a 6,000-gallon water truck for water distribution, and potentially new vehicles for code enforcement officers. This expansion in services is possible because the financial health of the city is good, thanks to the city's tradition of fiscal responsibility and the excellent work of the Treasury Department. There is a projected surplus for this fiscal year. Yeah, that's good. And in recognizing all these efforts, last year the City Council approved wage adjustments for city staff. Following a wage study conducted in late 2023, which found the city's wages were amongst the lowest in the region next to comparable cities. The City Council made it a priority of this year's budget to improve the compensation structure. Through the excellent work of Robert Carson, who was hired a year ago as the city treasurer, the city was able to bring up the wages for all positions to the 50th percentile. Yeah. This saw immediate results with better qualified applicants and great hires across all departments in the past year. The city has also noticed better retention of employees and, most importantly, higher morale. I'd like to particularly welcome two of those great new hires to the team Fernley, Mr. Song Kim, and he's here tonight, way in the back, and Miss Maria Fernandez, and she is, where's she at? There you go. Now, obviously, all of this has an impact on the city's budget, and that is why I am happy to report that our Treasury Department, working alongside the city manager, presented to City Council, whom then passed a fully balanced operating budget for the current fiscal year. In 2024, the general fund actually had a $2.2 million surplus. That's big, that's huge. This was due to higher than expected revenues and savings in salary vacancies and other projects that were budgeted. This additional surplus will allow the city to invest in overtime items that will benefit the citizens. The water and sewer funds also ended the fiscal year with a surplus that will go towards the project identified in the city's capital improvement plan. And with this balanced budget, we were also able to allocate $4 million to the city's fund balance to make sure the Community Response and Resource Center is completed. So I'd like to congratulate the Treasury Department on this achievement. It is also reassuring to know that the last external audit the city went through received another clean, unmodified opinion. That is the highest grade that a city can obtain for an audit. Developers have expressed interest in working with the city to help lower the cost in building in Fernley by implementing a policy for special assessment districts. This will provide a mechanism to build infrastructure and help start their construction projects faster. This will also allow for higher revenues for the city to provide increased services for its residents. It's important to tell you that throughout this policy making, there were many internal processes of implementation that will increase efficiency and accountability in the city. Lastly, some of the city's current major projects, such as the Community Response Resource Center and the public park upgrade, have been supported by grants awarded to the city of Fernley. Those include the Community Development Block Grant, ARPA funds, Land and Water Conservation funds. Speaking of water, something I personally envision for the future of Fernley is a fishing pond to provide fishing and leisure activities to residents. With quality design and amenities for the public that surround the pond, this could make for a regional attraction. The location of this park could be a 20-acre site located off Farm District Road and next to the canal. Some of the fishing pond park's amenities might include a parking area. It'd have to include a parking area. Covered picnic areas, a pavilion, restrooms. Excuse me. A main attraction would be a 10-acre fishing pond with fishing piers. There would be walking paths, benches, possibly even horseshoe pits, and an archery range along the canal. The pond would be designed to receive water from the canal and have an infiltration basin that actually recharges the aquifer. The pond would be designed to allow for habitat for fish to thrive. Hold on just a minute. Oh. Phew, it's a lot of talking. Okay, some organizations that would be interested in partnering with the city on this fishing pond might include, or will include, the Bureau of Reclamation and the Department of Wildlife. NDOT said they would even assist us in the pond design, stocking of the pond 3 to 4 times a year, and helping us with water management. Allow me to mention that local partners would be really crucial to this project. The city is looking for the support of residents, businesses, and contractors, maybe like some of you in this room, interested in providing financial and in-kind support for the development of this project. Any involvement the public provides shows the organizations that this community supports the vision. It goes a long ways towards helping this fishing pond park become a reality. Here at City Hall, we're determined to put in the work to help build the bridges and close the gaps in collaborating with our regional partners. City Hall is proud of all of the great partnerships that we're developing and maintaining. Some of those include the Federal Highway Administration, Bureau of Land Management, Bureau of Reclamation, Department of Agricultural Rural Partners Network, Small Business Administrations, Economic Development Administrations, Nevada Department of Transportation, Nevada Department of Wildlife, the Governor's Office of Economic Development, Lyon County Sheriff's Office, Lyon County Manager's Office, North Lyon County Fire Protection, Lyon County School District, Western Nevada Development District, Economic Development Authority of Western Nevada, Northern Nevada Development Authority, the Nevada League of Cities, the Truckee Canal Irrigation District, Fernley Chamber of Commerce, Comstock Youth Works, the 4th of July Committee, Fernley Community Foundation, and Main Street Fernley. You get the picture, right? So this demonstrates that the city can't be successful on its own, as when it even leverages such great relationships to bring more resources and benefits to our community. Lastly, I'd like to mention a special anniversary coming up next year. Next July 2026 marks the 25th anniversary of the incorporation of the city of Fernley. This gives us all, as a community, many opportunities to celebrate and take pride in Fernley. Making new investments in local place, making and promoting a big celebration around the city is where I think we should start. Investing in our public space with one or more landmarks, like a statue could bring another point of pride and identify to Fernley. We're looking for your ideas too. And the timing in the summer allows for the community-wide celebration. This 25th anniversary could be planned as a multi-day event wrapped into the Fernley 4th of July celebration from Wednesday, July 1st through Saturday, July 4th of 2026. There will be a lot going on that Independence Day. It will also be the nation's 250th anniversary, so this could really be a fun time. I would like to ask everyone here tonight to bring the conversation to your own circle on what you would like to see happen as mark the silver anniversary of Fernley. These are just some of the things that Fernley residents can look forward to in the next year, from new departments dedicated to focusing on the stability of our growth, to large number of public workers in the field, to constantly addressing the city's needs. And best of all, a chance to reimagine and work towards a brighter future together. Right now, we have the opportunity to unite in the vision of what is next in the next 25 years and what Fernley will look like. And at the same time, come together to celebrate a milestone in our history. As you can see, these are busy times for the city of Fernley. And as we continue to work through all these projects, as always, we will strive for transparency with our residents on the city's progress towards becoming a place you are all proud to call home. Thank you.
The city of Fernley is turning 25. July 2026 marks a quarter century since our city's incorporation, and we want you to help shape the celebration. What would you like to see? A unique placemaking project, like cowboy boot statues around town, a special commemorative coin to mark the milestone, or a big multi-day celebration alongside our 4th of July events. Visit the City of Fernley's website to cast your vote and let us know how you want to celebrate 25 years of Fernley. Vote now at cityoffernley.org.